I'm Veronica Vance. Coming up, we get in some end of the season muskie fishing out on Lake St. Clair, shop the eclectic Rust Belt Market in Ferndale, and then we visit a local winery, Filipo Marc, so stay tuned.
Production funding for this program was made possible by the Detroit Metro Convention and Visitors Bureau, driving tourism growth in Metro Detroit since 1896. More information is available at visitdetroit.com.
One of the gems in Macomb County is Lake St. Clair. It is the perfect lake for the huge boating community in Metro Detroit, but it's also the perfect lake for fishing. And we're going to do some charter fishing today with Fish Head Sport Fishing. So come on, let's head out on the lake. Hi, Joel.
Hi.
All right.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you. I'm excited to go out and catch some
Muskies.
muskies.
Yeah, we're looking for a 50-incher today.
It'll be
50
as big
incher,
as
30
me.
pounds.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
maybe about that tall.
All right. How many people can you have on board? You think
Up
out
to
fishing?
6 people.
6 people.
I grew up on Lake St. Clair, so I've been fishing muskies for over 30 years as a kid. This being a sport fishery for us, we don't keep muskies for eating purposes. What we do is we catch them for the chance of catching a 30-pound muskie or bigger, and then we release them.
Now, this is also a good lake for bass fishing, too.
Outstanding,
Do
incredible.
people keep those, or is that sport?
There are
or?
some people that do keep smallmouth bass, so it's a good alternative when, you know, say perhaps people aren't catching perch or walleyes, which are the most sought after.
Those are the most sought after. And so
Per table, there's 4 to 10 million walleyes that swim through the Detroit River in the springtime. April to June is outstanding walleye fishing for us. The perfect day for me is this, what we have right here, maybe even a little chop. Now we're talking about musky conditions here.
What's the most fish you've caught in a day out of here on one of your excursions?
Musky fishing?
Yeah.
We had a day last year that we had 45 muskies in one day.
45.
45 muskies, yeah.
Wow.
The lake is very healthy.
Yeah.
You know, this is a world-class fishery. This pattern is called a walleye. As you can see, it looks like a natural walleye. And when we put it in the water, you can see how that bait moves. I don't know if you can see that very well. There you go.
Okay, so it's even in there.
Yes.
Swimming just like
That's
a fish.
exactly what they want right there. There you go. Fish on it.
Whoa, wow.
Okay, you ready?
Oh, I don't know.
Let's get your burberries down there. All right, you ready? It's the first time that I've ever seen them on my boat. So let's do this. Let's lift up. Noon. All right, now start reeling on your reel.
Let's not.
And then we're gonna lower it. We're gonna lower it as we start cranking. So do this. Keep reeling.
Oh my goodness, I can see it.
Lift it up. Pull it up.
Okay,
pull it
so
up,
I'm pulling
pull it
them up.
Noon. Let's get it to 12 o'clock. All right, now start reeling. Reel. Okay, you just stay right there. Keep that rod right over the top of my head.
Okay.
Okay, keep coming. Keep coming. All right. There's your first muskie.
I did it! Wow, look at the size of him. He's huge.
That's not even a big one.
Oh my goodness.
That's not even a big one, Veronica.
Look at his teeth.
Yeah, all right, let's step back here.
Okay.
I'm gonna get him undone. We've
Oh
watched.
my gosh, that's so exciting. I'm such a thrill.
There
So
you
my
go.
first muskie ever out on Lake St. Clair did not take long thanks to the expertise of Joel here in Fish Heads. And look at that.
And what we'll do is we're just gonna go ahead and release her.
All right.
And you can wash your hand off in the tank here.
Okay.
She's gone. That's how fast she's gone already.
That's a big fish.
That's a big fish for most people.
Yeah.
When we talk muskies, generally we're talking fish that are over 45 inches to 55 inches
All right,
in
I'm
some
ready.
cases.
I'm ready.
Good. Let's pay attention to that strain and make sure we concentrate on this area here, okay? There we go. We got him. There's your second muskie right
All right. Holy cow.
there. See how many rows of teeth he
Oh,
has?
yeah.
See him up on the
All
top there?
those, right.
Yep. So we'll just let this guy go. And it's gone that quick.
So would you say that a fishing excursion on Lake St. Clair is worth a trip from out of state?
By all
Worth it?
means.
Yeah.
With it being a world-class fishery, I've had customers from as far as
Yeah.
Maine to Alaska. I know in one particular case, I had a gentleman that was coming from Texas specifically to fish on Lake St. Clair for
Wow.
1 day for muskies.
Okay.
And his goal was to catch a 50-incher.
Did he
Talk
do
about
it?
a little pressure, right? You know, talk about a little pressure.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
We actually caught
great. That's great.
We caught 2 50-inchers that day. One of the very cool places on Lake St. Clair is the lighthouses. There is a conservation effort to rebuild them. So I think it's a cool thing for us to go and take a look at.
We've got Mark here from Camille's. I remember you have a great restaurant,
Oh, thank you
New
very
Baltimore,
much.
and you brought us lunch out
Yes.
here to this romantic lighthouse out in the middle of Lake St. Clair.
Our classic, like an Italian. We have a tuna sandwich, a chicken, and we have a chicken club. Take your pick. We got some beverages in the cooler. You know, Little Camille's also has a catering called Culinary Expressions Catering. We go everywhere, even in the middle of the lake.
Yeah, the middle of the lake. All right. Gary, you want to save this lighthouse. What makes it so special?
These lights were built in 1859. If to put that in perspective,
Yeah.
that's before Abe Lincoln was president, before the Civil War.
Okay,
before,
that does put it in perspective.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were first decommissioned in 1907, and then they dredged the bigger channel because the boats got larger, but they were relit in 1910 when the traffic started getting heavier. So the smaller boats used the old channel and the new boats used the new channel. And then 1917, they're decommissioned for the last time.
This one has already, you've done a lot of work on this one already, correct?
Yes, we spent $900,000 restoring, fixing the foundation, the seawall. The lantern room was redone, refurbished.
That back one there, you're working on restoring that one as well?
Yes, that one we had some tuck pointing work done, brickwork done. We spent $60,000 on it last year. We need about $200,000 to upright it and recast the landing room. Our organization is Save Our South Channel Lights. Our website is soschannellights.org. There you can find out about fundraisers. We can buy memberships. We can buy your merchandise, what have you.
I heard too, you do host weddings out here and just
We've had
really
8 weddings
getting
on the island.
Wow, okay. Oh my. Oh, look at the beautiful staircase. Well, I can see that this would be a nice spot for a wedding. It's something so romantic.
It's quaint, unique.
This is a nice, beautiful landing here.
It's a very
View.
beautiful landing. You get to see the front light from here.
The front light, that's what it's called. You know, it's amazing too when you think back about how this was all built in 1859. They had to bring it out brick by brick
Right.
and just all the manpower that went into this. So here we are at the top, and you've got some big donors that have contributed to restoring the lighthouse. What is it that you think makes it so special that people like this anonymous donor who's given so much want to restore it? What?
As we are out here today, people fall
Yeah.
in love with the lights.
Yeah.
The nostalgia of it, the icons of the lake, and Lake St. Clair here. It's something that just people are drawn. Straight out that way is Detroit, and right over to the left is Canada.
That's Detroit, that way is Canada. Well, Gary, I want to thank you so much for giving me a tour of the
My pleasure.
island here and showing me all the great work you've done in restoring the lighthouse.
Thank you.
And Joel, I want to thank you for taking me out. I caught my first muskie today, and you can have all this fun out on Lake St. Clair. You can book a charter with Captain Joel from Fishhead Sport Fishing, and you can come out here and take a tour, learn about the lighthouses, all this and more at Lake St. Clair in the D. When you're looking for a town that has that funky, eclectic feel with a real artistic vibe, well, we've got it right here in the D, in Oakland County's Ferndale. They've got great one-of-a-kind shopping all year long, a lot of great dining options from local restaurants to national chains. They've got a great nightlife scene, a lot of bars, and of course, it's all very walkable. What I'm really here to show you is right here at the corner of Woodward and 9 Mile. And let me tell you, if you like Etsy.com, you are going to love this place. It's the Rust Belt Market. It's huge, it's artistic, it's great. Let's go inside. This place is huge, and just as soon as you walk in, you feel the whole vibe of creativity. Here we've got some neat industrial pieces. Look at this, what a neat coffee table. Do you not love this tie? Is this not fabulous? The D, a big D, look at that. Perfect gift. What inspired the whole concept?
You know, just going around to different Detroit outdoor art festivals, and we wanted to bring that to an indoor space year-round. And we wanted it different from a consignment model. We wanted the artists to be there, to be in person and actually talk to their customers and build their own micro business within a bigger working body of artists. We still do have people who come in just for a weekend or two, and some people are here long term. So it gives a good mix for shoppers who want to come back and always see something fresh.
Everything here is like a one-of-a-kind original handmade artist item, correct?
Correct. We do allow some vintage to be sold.
Okay.
But everything has to be either collected, made locally, made by hand. It has to have that artist touch to it. It's small, creative businesses is what we focus on.
I love it. So Tiffany, you want to take me on a little tour?
Yeah, let's go see some shops.
Okay. So Tiffany, how big is this space? I mean, it's huge.
In total, it's 15,000 square feet.
So how many different artists do you typically have in here on a weekend?
About 50.
So it's a big, oh, even kids' clothes, for Pete's sake. It's I love
We've
shopping
got
for
everything.
kids' clothes, yeah. Wow. Oh, the pink lady, look at that. Everything pink, so neat. Drinking vinegars? So Tiffany, do you drink these vinegars?
You do, you mix them with cocktails and
This is apple pie vinegar that you add to a whiskey or a bourbon to give it a little tang, huh? Oh, it smells. Ooh, I love it. It adds that little tang, that little texture to your drink. Well, so this is cool. Detroit Surf Company. People are paddleboarding in Michigan. I didn't know they were surfing in Michigan. Now snowboarding too. You're also making snowboards?
That's correct. We make snowboards right here in Michigan. It's 100% Michigan-made product.
Very cool.
We design them, engineer them, and manufacture them right here in Michigan.
So you've got like little shops inside of here too. This is pretty neat, interesting.
yeah, the artists have really poured their heart and soul into their spaces and their build-outs.
This is a greenery in here?
Yeah, he
Oh wow, I love the floor,
uses plants
everything.
and planters, concrete. There's found bricks with screen printing on them of iconic Detroit messaging and photos. There's just a really eclectic mix of everything here.
This is very cool. I'm seeing jewelry, clothes,
Glass
food.
blowing, wire wrapping, found jewelry, repurposed things, spices, locally mixed spices. We have
Hi.
photography, vintage clothing, handmade clothing. There's everything.
So this big open space for holiday season, you said you bring in extra artists just for, but
Yeah.
otherwise you rent it out?
Yeah, we have weddings in here, so we can offer spaces for brides, corporate meetings. We have a stage, live bands.
Well, hey Tiffany, I want to thank you so much. You and your
Thank
husband
you.
are doing great things.
Thank you.
Yes, and I'm wonderful. And I'm going to go kind of cruise and do a little shopping on my own if you don't mind.
Not at all.
Starting right here, I'm creepy but in a good way. The Painted Lady Trashins. You kind of have a dark, fun side to you, right?
I do, I
What inspired this form of art?
I was a collector, and then when I started here, it just turned into I'd bring a few things from home, and then it turned into a full-on store. It's morphed from like a teeny tiny kind of a flea market setup here
Yeah.
into like an awesome store. I do really well, and I have tons of customers that come in every weekend to see what new stuff I brought in.
Okay, so this hits you when you walk in. I mean, this is really neat, bringing in your old Chevy and mixing it.
I'm an illustrator and graphic designer, so I put my two loves together: pickup trucks, old cars, and T-shirts, and I use them as displays, and that's where I put all my my artwork. I do T-shirts, I do hats, buttons, stickers, all kinds of fun things that can be like merchandise on my truck.
So where else but in the D? Bell's Oberon, a Michigan beer. They made earrings out of it. Love those. So this says handmade apparel. You made everything in here?
We do.
How great. Hey, I know these pants. Yeah. Oh, look it. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, and I like the inside detail. Well, these are pretty cool. These are cigar boxes made into guitars, Geppetto, like Pinocchio, the whole wood theme. So clever and creative. But these are really neat. They actually are working guitars made from cigar boxes. How creative. Look at that. Okay, so you are an artist with a cause. Tell me what you're doing here.
Well, this is Attack Hunger, and what we do is we make and sell these T-shirts, and for every one of them that we sell for $20, we give 5 of our food bundles here to different local shelters all around Metro Detroit.
Wow, wonderful. So you're creating art and you're giving back. Fabulous. All right. And smelly soaps. Look at lilac. Oh, gosh. And so often when these are handmade, the smells last so much longer than anything you buy at the store. So even the coffee place here is artsy. I mean, look at, they've got the pianos in front. It's an old saloon-looking thing. It smells wonderful. Oh, thank you. You know, and there's always one of those unique places that really stands out. And the Rust Belt Market here in Ferndale is just that, because not only can you buy a one-of-a-kind, unique, handmade gift, but it's a destination. There are plenty of things to see and do this month, and our calendar of events is up next to point you in the right direction. The campy comedy Evil Dead the Musical is at City Theater, and the whodunit Sheer Madness is at Meadowbrook. Enjoy Zubu, the Detroit Zoo's merry, not scary Halloween, and Greenfield Village's turn-of-the-century Halloween. Don't miss the free Family Reunion Planning Seminar, then run an underwater mile during the Free Press Marathon. Theater Bazaar promises a spectacular masquerade party, and the Henry Ford offers a unique look behind the Pixar process. Head to Royal Oak for the inaugural Haunted Bar Hopping Night, then have a terrifyingly good time at Halloween in Hollygrove. Find over 800 Michigan craft beers at the Fall Beer Festival, and how about a little salsa dancing with an award-winning instructor? YumaCon celebrates Japanese pop culture, anime, and more, and Kinky Boots is a high-heeled hit with songs by Cyndi Lauper. To learn of any changes, log on to visitdetroit.com or call 1-800-DETROIT. I'm in Clinton Township at the Filipo Marc Winery, where owners Gerard and Tressa scour the globe for everything wine-related. And it pays off, because when you walk through the door, you feel like you're transported right into Italy itself. Okay, Wine Novice, Wine Diva, they've got you covered. They've got all kinds of really neat accessories. This is a wine bottle holder, stiletto red peel. How cute. Beautiful wine glass coasters. Just every little nook and cranny has something really unique. They also have a large variety of hand-painted accessories, all done by local artists. And then, what really fooled me, behind me, perfect for your boat, bikers, this is plastic. Can you believe it? They've got beautiful ones over here. These are etched plastic. If you don't want to take your glassware outside, your nice crystal outside, I was fooled. Okay, even wine clothing. And of course, very exquisitely done. So, Gerard, tell me a little bit about Filipo Marc Winery. I mean, it's just beautiful when you walk into the place.
Well, thanks for mentioning that. We're a bonded winery. We get all the grapes shipped in from all over the world, and we blend, ferment, and process here. And we're really big on education, so people should feel very comfortable when they come in to visit our location. We want everybody to know that everybody starts off equal here, and it's okay to not know everything. All I want to know is, are you interested in learning about wine, and are you interested in getting into wine? And after that, the world gets easier.
The world gets easier. And
That's
then
right.
and I see behind you, you've just got, are these all different flavors? Are these?
Yes, now this is what we call our fruited wine wall here.
Fruited wine.
All
okay.
of our wines are based with grape first. For instance, we make a Riesling, a Merlot, a Cabernet. but then we add in pureed fruit in the third stage to give it a natural sweetness. They're a little lighter in alcohol, so this isn't serious wine. This is more of what we call just kick back and enjoy.
And these are beautifully arranged. These are all of your more traditional wines that are
Yes.
your non-fruit?
We've got it set up where the lightest and semi-sweet wines are there in the white category, and they're driest and heaviest as you come to this end.
Oh.
Then the same thing in the red category, our lightest and sort of semi-sweet, if you will, and then they go farther into the more complex and heavier reds. And then on this end here, we have more of what we call our premiums. We only have a few wines that are above the $12 range, and that's what these are.
And then you also make these labels when people
Yes,
come in. That's
we have the
another
ability to
aspect.
make a custom label, whether it's an individual bottle for somebody that wants to just say thank you, or for a wedding or a special occasion, or we do multiples for larger events like the wedding itself.
So when you have the wine tastings, it happens right here in this cozy little environment?
Yeah, the idea is we wanted to feel kind of like you were in your Tuscan villa, and we were going to have a party out in the garden. This room can be expanded to accommodate up to 30 people.
Also, when somebody walks in at any time, they can just come back here and sample some of your wines.
They may. We allow them to sample any 3 selections of the wines that we have. So what we're really gaining is client confidence in our product.
Yeah, because you have, what, over 80?
Over 80 selections of wine. We're pretty much going to find something that can work for
Very,
you.
very tailored to everybody's taste.
Okay, so this is our blending room. This is where we keep all of our tanks, and they range from what is called a 50-liter tank down here. These are our 300-liter vats, and we do have a couple of larger vats, 500-liter. We're producing almost 9,000 bottles of wine. The beauty of the stainless steel is that we have the flexibility that I can make a dessert wine, and then the next time around I might make a Riesling or one of our fruited specialty wines, but we won't get any residual flavor from the last batches that would get into the next wine and change its flavor and style. Now, I had a little pre-hand understanding that you like Pinot Noir.
Yes.
Well, I just happen to have one that I opened.
I like it. What is it?
This is Pinot Noir is the name of the grape, and there's also Pinot Grigio. That's the white. So I'm going to pour this one for you.
Okay.
And we're going to start you off with just a small amount. The first thing that you're going to notice is its color, okay? And the best way to see the color is to look through it from the angle, okay? If you can't see through it at all, it's a very full-bodied wine, but if it's pretty clear, then it's a relatively light-bodied wine.
Okay.
Okay? Then you're going to take the glass and just give it a little spin. When you spin red wines, especially, it aerates the wine, and the fumes are going to rise in the glass. Breathe it in. And you really do train your sense of smell to be very acute,
nice.
and you're going to get a lot more of the experience out of the wine. You go, I did notice that cherry or that apple. Now, when you taste the wine, I want you to just take a small sip,
Okay.
sip, and hold. Now, just open your mouth a little bit and breathe over it. Swallow, and then exhale. Can you get all of that experience? I mean, where it fills your mouth, and you get a lot more out of it. But this is where we did a full analysis to better understand how good am I going to like this with my meal.
Well, Gerard, thank you so much. I have learned so much information today.
It was a pleasure. Welcome.
Yeah, and whether you are a novice or an expert, if you come to a wine tasting at Filipo Marc Winery in Clinton Township, I can guarantee you're going to learn something too, because this man really knows his wine. So. Well, that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Veronica Vance. And remember, if you would like more information on any of the places we visited, log on to visitdetroit.com. So until I see you next time, go out and explore on your own and discover the D. To learn about discounts and special offers for featured attractions, plus how to get copies of Visit Detroit magazine, click on visitdetroit.com.
Production funding for this program was made possible by the Detroit Metro Convention and Visitors Bureau, driving tourism growth in Metro Detroit since 1896. More information is available at visitdetroit.com.
Hang on, I gotta figure out how to turn it. Always something happening here. You never know what. Hang on. Oh, how's that? Is that better? Keep watching it. Thank you.
Does that happen often?
No, never.
What I want to do, even to get more direct.